and welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and it's Stash Busting Saturday, and today I've pulled out multiples of similar things. You may recall a few videos ago I did a Stash Buster, or it might even have been a No Waste Wednesday actually, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a No Waste Wednesday, where I did the 3 tags all made out of strips from previous projects that I've done in blue, and my plan was to use these in the Vintage Blue Hues Journal. So I am now going to make something with these tags, obviously, to go into some of the pockets that I've already pre-made, and I've pulled out multiples. So I've got 3 of these I found in my stash. Or they're not all the same, but they're of a similar thing. So we've got that one, and we've got that one, and we've got that one. So clipboards, but with different designs on. Okay, so we're going to try and make use of those. I've got 3 miniature tags, which I printed. I think these were 4 to a page I printed. So I've got some of these to make use of as well. And I've pulled out 3 different ones of those. I have pulled out 3 of the Lost and Found tickets from Amanda's collections. I've got multiples here of the little it's a pansy, yeah, multiples of the little pansy tags, which I might make use of as well. I've got 3 of the Paris signs, or labels rather. I've got 3 of these little things, which I think were on the specimens, possibly, can't remember, might have been on the specimens freebie that Amanda did. And then I've got 3 of these little labels here, and I've also got those in miniature size, so I can use those however, if I choose to do so. I've got 3 of the little numbers, and I've got 3 little miniature of the little plant things there. I've also got this from my die cut session. When was that? Wednesday. So I've got that as well that I'm going to try and make use of, so that just doesn't sit in my stash. I've got the numbers from the kit, and I think that, I've got a couple of little bows that I've got left over. So I'm just trying to make use of bits and pieces that I've got. Yeah, see where we go with that really. So let's make a start. So before we do that, how's everybody doing? Welcome everybody to my channel. Lovely to have you here. I'm going to make a start on this one. If you haven't been here before, lovely to have you. And if you're one of my regular subscribers, thank you so much for all your support. It is really, really appreciated. So let's crack on. So what are we going to have on this one? I think we're going to go with that one to start with. So here we go, folks. Eyes down, looking for a full house. And again, as I keep saying, I am not inking everything to the end of its life. I am just going to round these corners, personal preference. You don't have to. So that's that one done. Do I want to ink this? Do you know what? I am going to, just because I can. And it's blue. And it's vintage. And we're roughing it up a bit. There we go. A little bit on the back there. Now that, believe it or not, is not coffee dyed. That is just done with the vintage photo on a dauber, rubbing it over. To give that effect really, and I think these darker bits were either bits of glue it's picked up along the way off my desk or some kind of imperfection, but it looks fab and I love it. So yeah, we're going with it. There we go. Okay, so that's that little bit done. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what I've also got, I've got some little buttons here which I've used previously. I've got laces and things, so we have got plenty to play with, guys. We are not going to be short of bits to play with, and as always, I like to start on a jaunty little angle. We love a jaunty little angle. Yes, we do. I think we'll have one of these. I am hoping this is not going to be an awfully long video. I think I will just punch a little hole in this, because it's supposed to have a hill, don't you know? There we go, little hole, punched. Now I haven't coffee dyed this one or backed it with anything yet, because I wasn't sure what I was doing with it. But actually, I think we're going to do a little bit of layering up on this baby. So I might just stick that on there, because my plan is, you may recall as well, I'm asking you to recall a lot, aren't I? I did, excuse my stretch by the way, I did these little 3-tier pockets, and one of these I am planning on putting in here. So I want to make sure it's not so wide that it won't fit. Okay, so we need to make sure that it fits. So I'm going to keep that to hand just in case I need it. And I've just realized that if I have that out like that, I am going to need to do something with that background. So let's do that now. Here we go. So a little bit of ink. Need a little bit of ink. Where's my vintage voodoo? It's here. I just want a little bit of ink, and I'm going to apologise in ahead of time. I am at home on my own for a change, and I've got both the dogs in here with me, one of whom I don't think is, they had their vaccinations yesterday, and one of them doesn't take too well to the vaccinations. It makes him a bit poorly for a few days afterwards. So yeah, if you hear any mutterings, it might be him. The other one just sits in her little bed, minds her own business, God love her. So there you go. So we've mucked that up a little bit, given it a little bit of a character. And do I want to just round those bottom corners? Does it really? Yep, I am, because I want it to, I don't need it to, but I want it to be kind of cohesive. So we're going for the old cohesion here. A little bit more there, a little bit more there, loving that. Okay, now you will also be pleased to hear I've sorted all my glues out, so they're all hopefully working okay. And yeah, we shouldn't have too many issues today. Right, I'm putting that there. We're going in, guys. We're making a start. Trolley-lolly-lolly-la. Oh my goodness, that was the Archers, wasn't it? What am I thinking of? I don't know. Do you know, I don't think I've ever listened to a series of the Archers. I'm guessing I know the tune just because of how popular it is and how well known it is. But who knows? Okay, so first piece in place. Do I want to just pop a hole through there? Do you know what? I think I jolly well will pop a little hole. Is that the littlest one? Put your glasses on, Dawn, you might be able to see a bit better. Yeah, it is. Let's go with that. So I did ask, how are we all doing? How are we all doing? All good here. Like I say, we went to the vets yesterday. Dogs had their vaccinations. I might do this as a tuck, actually, a little pocket. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think we will. I think we jolly well will, you know. And I can just decorate that, can't I? Yeah, I'm going to go with it. We're not wasting too much time today, folks. I'm trying to make decisions. There's a novel little entity, isn't it? Me making decisions. Wow, who knew I could? Okay, gonna pop that on there, and I'm going to come down here with a bit of glue. There. Oh, and we need a bit there as well. Right. Well, this is all going swimmingly so far, isn't it? There we go. So I've now given myself more work to do because I just put a little pocket in there. Look, how cute. Love it. It's nice. Love it, love it, love it. Right then. So first piece done. What do we want to do now? Is the question we ask. I don't want to cover that up, do we? Do we want to? Now then, that's going out too far, really, if I do that. But oh, I really wanted to use one of these on here, but I should have. How am I going to use it, peeps? Peeps. Maybe if I come in, oh mind you, I'm losing ticket if I do that, aren't I? I wonder if I cut that across there. What do you think? Do you think it'll work? Let's try it and see. The worst thing that can happen is I just need to do more printing. Okay, that's quite... Yeah, I like that actually. I do. So, I'm not going to rip. I am going to rough. So I'm just going to rough these edges up. And excuse me while I just do it off camera. All I'm doing is going across here like so with my scissors. I'm going to do it off camera because I don't want all the fluffy bits over my desk. If I do this, it just goes straight onto the floor. And then I hoover it up, of course. Just giving this a little old roughing up. Okay, so we're roughed up. Nice. And I want to tear that there and maybe tear that down a little bit there. Do I want to like come across there a little bit as well? Okay, I like that. Now then, another little thought. Could do that as a tiny little tuck as well, couldn't I? Oh, that's already back. That's handy because that's going to show at the back there. That's nice. I do like that there. And I am throwing some ink round because I want it to have a little frame. A little old frame. There we go. Okay. Don't need that one just yet. Pop those over there out of the way. Oh, that's fab. Liking that bit a lot. Right, so that's going on there. Smasheroons. What's next? How about little old number there, maybe. We want a little old Paris up here, maybe. And what about a few little old numerals? Maybe. Could have some numbers there with Paris going over the top. Like that. Do I want 2 numbers or do I want 3 numbers? Well, there's a decision, isn't it, guys? Oh, who knows? Who knows? Or do I want this one? Because this is a bit light. I know I didn't show you these ones, but I have got these ones as well. And I could, because I can have that there, like that, like that. Do I like it? And then maybe It's all very this side, isn't it, really? Yeah. Oh, we could bring in a butterfly, couldn't we? Oh, we could bring in one of these, actually. That would be nice. Okay. So there. I might not use that. Do I want to use this? That's rather pretty there. And then that could be another little tuck spot, couldn't it? You see where I'm going with this. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Let's cut this and see where we're at. I need some glasses. Let me pop my bins on so I can see all what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to take that round there, like that, and I'm going to take that across there, which gives me this little piece, which is pretty. Okay, I can take my glasses off again now. Makes me feel really ill if I put them on for too long. I want to see the butterfly, so I think that's going to work about. Yeah, I'm doing it. I know it's a bit random, but hey, those of you that have been following me for any length of time will know that most of what I do is a little bit random. Okay, so want that about there, I reckon. I'll just wipe some of that glue off. How are we doing for time? We've been about 15 minutes up till now. Got to keep an eye on the time. And then gonna bring her in there, so okay. I think I will. How far up did she go? I didn't see. Let's come in there, I think. So just under the just under the O, down there, and around there. That should do it, folks. Okay, let's pop her on there. There we go. Righty ho. And I want to pop some glue down there as well. Stick that little piece on there, and that bit I'm going to trim off because we don't really want that bit. And now just going to tack that. Oh, I can't really, can I? Maybe no. That's just going to have to stay as it is. So wipe off the glue. Right, so what we've now got, and I didn't intend for this to happen, it just has. We've got a little tucky bit here and a little tucky bit here, which is rather lovely, like that. That doesn't look too bad because that's all distressed, which is nice. Like that, we've included a little butterfly there. I'm going to put these up here. And we are getting close to having one complete, which is marvellous, isn't it? Okay, I want that to come down just slightly under that label there. About there, I reckon. Nice. And then we still need something around here, don't we? I think we do. I think we do. Just having a little think. That is going to go there. Love that. Very nice. Do we want a little bow? That actually does finish it off quite nicely, I think, doesn't it? Or do we want dragonfly? No, we don't want the dragonfly. Got a little... maybe a butterfly won't be the best option on this particular occasion. Although... yeah, you see, I've got this little butterfly here. I don't know that we need another one, if I'm honest. No, do you know what? We don't. I'm not going to put another one on just for the sheer heck of it. I am going to darken the edges of this up a little bit, because my only reservation with this was that it was kind of the same blue and a bit too lost. But if I throw a little bit of ink at it and just darken the edges up a bit, that should bring it out a little bit, shouldn't it? That's the theory, folks. I need... oh, got a glassine bag here. Where did that come from? I have to make use of that at some point. Oh, come on, Dawn, stop messing about. I can't get that little bit there. That's it. That's got it. And then... oh, could put a little gem on it, couldn't I? That'd be quite cute, a little gem. Oh, throwing my dauber about. I've got ink over my desk now. Oh, joy. Joyful. Okay, so that looks better, doesn't it? Just brings it out a little bit, gives it its own definition. Nothing like a little bit of definition, is there? There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely jubbly. My little boo is going to go there. Like that. Rather, oops, what's going on? You going to stick down or are you messing about? Okay. This little guy doesn't want to stick down for some reason. What's going on with it? There we go. That got it. Right, so we've got that little bow there. Is there enough going on with that, or do we need something else? Yum, yum, yum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Again, are we just throwing something at it because we can? I think we probably are, to be fair. Okay. Gemmaroons. Where are my little gemma? I've got a few little things here. These are ones I keep dropping, and when I find them, I throw them in here. Oh, we don't want pink. We've got a nice little blue one there. That might look nice on there, mightn't it? Let's have a look, see. Oh, that'll do the job. That will do the job. That was handy, wasn't it? There we go. So you little flower can go on there. Bit too much glue, but it'll dry. There we go. That looks cute. Loving that. And actually, I'm not too worried about that being so white because something's going to be tucked in there, isn't it? So we don't need to worry too much about that. Now then, I'm saying something can be tucked in there. What am I actually going to put in there? I could put a little tag in there, couldn't I? Or even two, because I've got loads. Loads and loads. Look, loads. Oh, I like that one. That's got a bit of contrasting colour in it, hasn't it? There we go, look. Ta-da. And then I will also put some little twine or something in these. Oh, I don't think that's big enough, that hole, is it? That might be too big, that one. Let's see. Too big? Maybe. Mayhaps. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Corner rounder. There we go. A little bit of ink. Little bit of ink, inky dinky doos. That one can go in there. I need to find a little bit of twinio, don't I? I think. Yes. Just trying to think what I've got that I can use. What have I got, folks? That's that one. So we've got a couple of little tags in there. I can put something in here as well. What have I got to put in there, folks? Let me have a look. See in my little old box of tricks. That's a little bit tight. Why is that so tight? It shouldn't be that glued down, surely to goodness. Let me have a look. What's going on? Oh yeah, okay, I know why. Because it's at the edge of the tag, silly Billy Boo. Okay. I think I want a bigger tag than that, to be honest with you. Have I got any bigger ones anywhere? I think mayhaps not. Oh, what we got here? Here we are, look. Bigger ones. That's not the same, is it? No. Okay, so I think we'll go with that one. Will it fit? Oh, it's not gonna. Oh, ratatouille. Well, you know what you have to do, don't you, Dawn? I'm going to have to trim it, is what I'm going to have to do. Just the tiniest little smidge. Just maybe that much. Oh, that moved. I didn't want that to move. Maybe that much on that side. And do you reckon that's about the same? Who knows? About that much on that side. That looks pretty close, I would say. Pretty close. And now, is that going to go in there? Come on, you can do this. Squidge, squidge, squidge. Yes, it is. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Loving that. So we've got a lovely layered little tag going on there, which is just delightful, isn't it? And we need to put another hole in there. Where's my sticky pokey tool? Cooey, sticky pokey tool. There it is. Okay. Let me pop a hole in there. Oh gosh, can't see. Close enough. Righty-ho, and it's coloured, distressed even on the back. Coffee dyed on the back, around my corners. Around my corners. There we go. Right, all I need now is a little bit of twine to twine them up with. Okay, let me just have a look and see what I've got. What have I got? Oh, I've had a thought for these little ones. I have got some of this embroidery silk that I used on the what do you call it, topper that I did. So I'm going to use this on the little ones, so that'll be nice on those. Let me see what's going on here, just to get them about the same sort of size. 1, 2, I might cut them down yet, who knows. And 3, and that's using up this little bit, or using some of that up, rather than it sitting there just lurking like things do. Okay, and now I'm going to pop that in there like that. Do you know, I've just noticed I've got that on the back, but actually I quite like that. This was a misprint, but I quite like that being on there. I think that looks all right. Just looks like a little top a bit, doesn't it? Well, that's what I'm telling you anyway. There we go, come along. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I like, that's nice, like that. I'm just going to cut that down a little bit. And I don't know why I'm faffing with it, really. It is what it is, isn't it, really? Can I do the same with this one? And then I just need to find something for that one. There we go. Okay, and they don't have to be exact, but in actual fact, I'm even going to cut that one at a little angle there, just so they're not all the same size. There we go. In fact, I think I'm going to do the same with that one. So I'm just going to take those down a bit as well. There we go. So that's those two sorted. Those are very lovely. I like that. And now I need to find a little bit for this. And I've just realised, oh, look what I just did. I've just tipped all those little bits. Do you know, I really ought to spend time putting these away. Look, I just tipped all these out onto my desk. There's loads of them there. I put them in here because I find them on the floor when I'm doing stuff. Everything ends up on the floor when I'm doing stuff. And when I find them, I just throw them in here because I think, oh, well, they'll do for a little shaker or something. And now I've just tipped it all out over my desk again. Yay me! Never mind, mustn't grumble. I'll pick them all up again in a bit. Look, there's one. Look, escapee. Get in there. Darn it. Right, let me pop a little bit of blue to cover up that little white bit. Okay. Right. I'm going to find something to pop in there. What have I got? Let me... Oh, that would do nicely, wouldn't it? So let's see what I can do with this. A little bit of chiffony. This. Which way round do I want to go? Yeah, I think I'll go in through the front on this one and find the hole. Just there, look. Tuck that in there. Clearly I'm not going to use all of this, I am going to cut it up. There we go. Let's try and, well, that's nice. I like that, like that, like that. I like that. Maybe I don't want that quite as big as that. Okay, going to cut that off about there maybe. How do we like that? Let me just fray this up a bit. Make it look pretty. Okay, I quite like that little flash of white on there. Let's see what that looks like. If I can get this back in again. Do-de-do, do-de-do-de-do. There we go. And that's it. Done. Tra-la. So that's one done. Okay. So that only took me half an hour. Oh, in the broader scheme of things, I suppose that's not too bad. And then that would just tuck, as you can see, in there. Or will it go in the front one? I doubt it. Might be a bit too wide to go in the front one, but it might. Am I going to? Yep, it will. So it will fit in there as well. So nice loaded tag there. Very happy with that. So let me just show you. So we've got that. We've got the two little mini tags there, and we've got the bigger tag at the back there. So that is it. I'm going to go away and decorate the other two off camera, but I'll come back and I will show you them and see what you think. Okay, so I'll see you in just a minute, which in my time will probably be about 3 hours. So see you soon. Won't be long. Okay, so with the magic of technology, I'm back and I've done the 3 tags and I've loaded them all. So I've decided on doing loaded tags. So this one that I've done won't fit into the triple pocket, but I'm fine with that because there's lots of other places that it can go within the journal. So this was the one that you saw me do, all right, and then this was my second one. So I kept this one a little bit simpler. So this has only got one little tuck spot in it, and I've put in the tag there. I've used a little bit of the chiffon, same as I used in this one, and I've used a bow. I've done a little button there with a little bit of embroidery silk through it as well. I've used a butterfly. I used the label and a few little numbers at the bottom there with the bow as well, just coming around the little sign there, and then that just tucks in like so. So that's that one. And then this one, I've actually added a pocket onto this one, a proper little pocket. I've done the tag. Now the tag is actually still dry and that's still a little bit wet at the moment. I've just kept this one very simple. I've put a little bit of the netting round the back of the lace and I've just added that on as the tab. And this one I have put a little eyelet in there, and that does turn, and then the little label is in there, but you could lift it up if you wanted to and journal on the back of it. And obviously there is journaling on the back there, so they do spin round with a little bit of effort, so you could use those for journaling if you wanted to. They then come down like so, and I've used another piece of the die cut on the little pocket. The little pocket was a cut off. It is one of Amanda's and it was one of her journal cards. So that was just a cut off from one of her other journal cards. I think it was on a freebie that she did. As I always say, go on to Amanda's Ko-fi page, have a look and see what there is, because there is lots and lots to play with. And then this tag just slips into that little pocket there. So we have 3 little loaded pockets for you. Aren't they beautiful? Very happy with those. There we go. I didn't realise the butterflies are on opposite corners, so that's quite nice as well. So that's it for today. So that's Stash Busting Saturday done and dusted. I've used embroidery silks, I've used chiffon, I've used, what else have we used? Die cuts, labels, tags, eyelets, lace. Yeah, used a little bit of everything there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will look forward to seeing you all on Monday. So take care, everybody. See you soon.